Okay, everybody, welcome back to Raw Saltwater Stories. We did have a couple of technical issues in this podcast, just with this whole new platform. So forgive us there, but I did have Bryn Hastie, the man himself. He's a good mate of mine. I tried to not to take too much of the spotlight, but he's a really, really good fisherman out of New Zealand. We've got a couple of cool things coming up, and yeah, he's an absolute legend. But we got through a couple of tech difficulties. I hope we got everything you need. And we've also got two styles coming this year. So I've got the more in-depth ones, like I did with Bryn today, where we'll talk a bit about techniques, go into a couple of stories, their life if needed, things like that, just anything interesting. And then we've also got the real short ones, which is just everyday people out there and they experience something insane, whatever that may be. And we'll just jump on, tell that story as it happened and get it from the horse's mouth. So if you know anyone, send them through and we'll make it happen. No following doesn't matter. None of that shit matters. It's just what you're doing, what you're out there doing, kicking ass. So I appreciate you all. And look, I really want to thank everyone who did send me a DM to get me back on here. Doing a podcast, it's often pretty, I won't say lonely, but, I'm there talking with that person and you guys are listening and it's hard to know the reaction if you actually enjoy it. So, yeah, I really did appreciate hearing that. These stories like these are things I talk with these guys about anyway. So I'm lucky enough to get to chat to a lot of these people for the posts we do on Instagram or socials or anywhere like that. So these are conversations I'm having. And now it's good that I get to, you know, I know you guys want to hear them as well. It really puts a lot of drive in me to keep them consistent for you guys and get them out there. So I'm really glad the reception's been good. And of course, if you do love it, leave that 5-star review. Really helps. Throw a comment in there if if you want to hear something more. And of course, if you want to get involved, I do add in our broadcast channel on Instagram. It's called The Source. I will add guests before I actually interview them. So if there's someone in particular you want on there or you have a question for them, then you can ask it in that chat and I'll put it to them. I'll put it to them in the podcast. Anyway, appreciate you all. Let's get into Bryn. So I don't even know where to kick off, man. Like,
G'day, Rooster.
G'day, Rooster. Bryn Hastie, mate. Stoked to have you on.
How are we,
Obviously,
man?
this is, man, good. Absolutely frothing to be back.
Yeah.
So, good to have you as the first guest.
Back on the potties, eh? Hicka.
Back on the potties, mate. So, dude, give us a bit of background. Obviously, you're a good friend of mine, so I know plenty about you, but tell the people.
Yeah.
Who are you?
Yeah.
Where are you from? What do you do?
Right, so, man, where do I even start, eh? Like, she's been a big road ever since I was a young fella, moving around the countryside due to, parents' stuff going on, and I've, just found myself up the Coromandel, I was 18 odd when I made the move up here. Originally started in Taranaki, back down the ways, spent a few years around Hamilton and around those parts, and then, that was sort of where I never really picked up the salt as such, but like I was always around the fresh and the trout and the eels and all the other bits and pieces in between. And then it wasn't until I moved to the coast here up in Fiddy that, the salt water really started to take a liking. I got my first boat, got a little dinghy, got the little profile. And man, it just passion grew from there, eh? I was always hard out bait, and then lures grew from then on, man.
Yeah, because you're a bit of a specialist there.
Yeah. But ever since bloody growing up, I've always been keen into the outdoors and stuff. But my majority of my time was due to hunting and more freshwater stuff. And then it wasn't until I moved up here and the deer came a lot thinner and a lot further away. And I was forced to just pick up the rod and reel a bit more in the salt. So here we are.
Fucking beauty. And obviously, I met you a while back, which is this is one of the
Yeah,
trips I
man,
wanted to
Dustin
sort of
Kingy's the
dive into a
churchy.
bit. The Kingies trip, yeah. And I guess, man, like that was a bit of a chance meeting for me. But what a day! I mean, even for it all to come together, I've never seen a place. I've been in New Zealand once. Yeah, that place is a joke.
I'd physically never seen anything like that, or even let alone done anything like that. Like, other than seeing it on, like,
Oh, dead
TV or
set.
sort of thing, or, like not, like, catching, like, 20 in a day like we did, but I guess that's just
Oh, that was
what you
wild.
can do when it was liveys, whereas I've spent majority of my time chasing them topwater. So
Yeah.
that's that was quite cool for me too, like, it was just nuts in the pissing rain, man, just kingy after kingy, and shit, yeah, it still lives in my brain rent free, bro.
Well, that one even for me, like, I think it was a bit of a like, that trip, that was the first sort of hardcore trip I've done, and I was like I got
Mhm.
to this sort of point, I was like, "You know what? Fuck it, like, I need to start practicing." I was talking to all these guys, man, they're
Mm,
out there chasing it, they're doing it, they're fucking and I'm hearing all the stories,
that's it.
and I'm like, "Nah, I gotta do it." And I was working this job, and I was like, "Nah, I'm booking something," and I don't know if it was like it was maybe 3, 4 months out, and,
Yeah,
I hit up Churchy and, I was like, "Oh, what's the go?" And we back and forth a bit. And he's like, "Yeah, yeah, let's do it." And he's like,
yep.
"But I wouldn't come for 1 day." But I was like, "Oh, I kinda wanna show what can be done in a weekend, like, get over there
Yeah,
for a weekend."
yeah, that bro, staying to that timeline.
Well, yeah, just as well, because I had to, really, with
Yeah,
the job and
yeah,
everything.
yeah. Yeah,
And,
damn right, yeah.
I booked it in. I said, "Nah, I'm coming for 1 day. 1 day, that's it." And, yeah, I, booked it in about 3 months out. And I can tell Churchy was a little bit stressed. It's like, the weather, that time of year, everything.
That's right, it was the weather,
And I was like, "Oh,
bro? The weather was the big one, man.
oh,
3-meter
man."
swells, and it was like, what, 30, 40 knots for a whole week before we went, eh?
Well, and it looked horrible the whole time, the whole way leading up to it. And I was on, like, every weather model from 2 weeks out, which is so stupid. But, yeah, back and forth with Churchy, and he goes, "Oh, I got this young bloke, he's keen as fisher too. His name's Bryn. Bring him out. Can I bring him out?" I was like, "Yeah, yeah, definitely."
Yeah,
Um And that was it, and that's you jumped in, and sure enough, leading into the trip, like, I was nervous as hell. I didn't know you guys.
same.
I'd never done anything like this. Yeah. Oh, well, I'd never done anything like this solo, you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then, yeah, so I got to a few days before, and I put this whole video on YouTube, actually, this trip with me and Bryn, and,
Yeah,
got to a few days
that's right.
before, and the weather just kept it looked so bad on that day, and Churchy, I could tell he was sorta, "Oh, it's not looking good," and then
Miss
the
A.
like, no joke, it just got a little bit better, a little bit
Yeah,
yeah, 48 hours out, weather
yeah,
cleared. We were good to go. I was like, "No
man.
way." So,
Yeah,
yeah, mate, I
that's right.
flew over in the morning, drove over to Whitianga at, like, I don't know, 3 AM and met up with you guys, and that's where we kicked the day off.
Bro,
Tell me
absolute
your
nuts, eh?
version.
Yeah, same as me, man. I couldn't sleep for 2 days prior to it, as you knew. Had the missus going flat sick on a bacon egg pie, thinking, "Right, fuck, Dan's coming
Oh,
over
yeah.
Oz, like, fuck, we need to make it a biggie. I'm fucking cheater, make sure all the GoPros are charged up, make sure I had the wet weather gear sorted as well." This is where Dissolve came into part actually, yeah, after this trip. But yeah, it's crazy, man. Yeah, it still lives there rent free, eh? It's crazy, man. It was nuts. It was nuts. So yeah, obviously the big build up and then getting all the gear sorted, but then realizing Churchy was like, "Nah, you don't need your gear, mate. I got mine sorted." So I was like, "All right, sweet." My gear's the bacon egg pie and the GoPro. Sweet, we're on. And then yeah, just to be able to do it with you, that was just as fizzed up as what I was, man, was just a buzzo.
Uh, uh, yeah, 100%, one bad person on the boat can just ruin any trip or charter.
Bro, yeah, man, yeah, just a different attitude, eh?
It can, yeah, it can completely spoil it, but that was insane, and, yeah, I guess, I met you guys first thing in the morning, and we went out, and you and
Yeah.
Churchy were just all over it, like, I was just in awe, even at the landscape. Oh,
Yeah,
man,
yeah.
it's just a different level.
Yeah, that's right, eh? Yeah, it was quite a foggy morning too, eh? It was real Jurassic-y.
It was wild.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
yeah.
was, yeah, we got the bait. What do we do? So we just raced out, and
Yeah, so well,
I mean, I was just in
what
shock.
did
I
we
sort of
do?
blacked out for half the day.
Yeah.
We got a heap of bait fish. Well, I think I got most of them.
Yeah, yeah. Certainly got most. Certainly got most. But yeah, the old bait was a bit scarce for the Kiwis at the start of the day, but we pulled through with a few in the tank, which we held our end up. But yeah, pretty much just scanned the bay full of bait, and then Churchy with his bloody bit of kit that he's got on that senator of his, he sussed it out pretty quick. So managed to get some few liveys in the tank, and then straight out wider to some structure where pretty much just dropped down, and yeah, it was a race to catch as many kingies on that pin as we could before the sharks turned up. And then as soon as they turned up, we were out of there. Really didn't want to feed them. So, which is fair common sense, really. So that's why we kept moving around the place and catching more and more. And yeah, shit, hell of a day.
Yeah, it was, man. And can you remember what we were fishing at? It was like 90 meters or something, I think,
Yeah, like sort
from
of
memory.
70 to 90 meters. Yeah. Just sort of chopping down in the water column, where Churchy was marking fish.
Yeah, pretty well. Yeah. But I
Mm.
mean, before that trip, I'd only ever caught, well, as Churchy calls them, Australian kingies, so smaller ones. And I
Yeah.
got my first one that day,
Yeah.
and it was like, I mean, I was stoked with it. It was probably legal in Australia. Um, but I was frothing, pulled it over the side, first fish. I was like, "Oh, yes, where I'm like, my
That's
goal to
right.
come here was just to get a kingfish." So I
Yep,
was like,
that's
yes,
right.
we're done. And you're laughing at me. I'm like, what he's laughing at?
Fuck, this is fucking just legal, you know?
But then you pulled in your monster, and I might,
Yeah.
what I might do is play this video clip. So for anyone watching, just so you can actually look at what's involved, I guess, in catching these fish. Oh, hold on.
Yeah, bro.
Sorry about that, people. We had to stop start. We had a couple of technical difficulties, but what I'm going to do, I'll show you this video. So
Yeah.
if you're watching, or if you can watch, have a look at this video. This is Bryn's monster, and look at the tension on that. We were double hooked up. I was on this baby thing, which we didn't even show here, but not Bryn. That's me there. Yep, struggling. Look at that thing, which is just, I mean, I had nearly died. I was in shock. Back for another day. But all right, Brindle,
That
you
was
know
a
the one.
unit of a fish, bro. Man, like, still one of the most memorable reels I've ever made, to this day. Like, I think we probably by that time, I think we'd caught about 10 or 15 odd kingies, and it was just like sort of, I don't think it was starting to piss down with rain. We were trying every last, I think we probably had 5 live baits in the tank. You hadn't caught your dog yet, and I was like, I'd caught a reasonable one by that stage, and I was like, "No, I'm sitting back. I want to get some good videos of Dan, getting your big boy." And man, you got fucking your ass handed to you a couple of times, bro. It was so unfortunate, eh?
Yeah, I did.
But
Yep,
then, yeah,
just
that one of
couldn't
those
stop it.
last live baits, man, and just that one just got me, straight down, straight into him. And man, he had me locked, for a while on heavy drag. And yeah, the big pump came into play, as Churchy was going forward, and he came up to the surface, man. And then next minute, Churchy was a bit blown away at the size coming boat side, and then yourself, bloody personally, had never seen anything that size before, eh? So, nah, that's still one of my bloody most memorable moments, man.
I nearly fell over. I seen that come over the side. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I had never even seen anything like it. And to see it, like the reel doesn't do it justice for the size it was either. And I know they get bigger than that, which is even crazier. Like, how many kilos you reckon that was?
Oh, man, it'd be sort of between that 20 to 25 kilo mark, I'd imagine. Just being, like, sort of pretty honest with
Yeah,
her. Church reckons it was, over that sort of 20 kilo mark.
yeah,
So he sees them most days,
it
so
had to be.
yeah. Hard out, hard out.
Yeah, yeah, it had to be for sure. And even to think they get like, I think the New Zealand record's 52 kilos or something.
Oh, something like that, man. Yeah, I'd hate to try and crack one of those buggers top water, but I'd say it's quite easily doable in the right places of New Zealand on a live bait. Shit.
To do, yeah. Well, 30 kilos, that's my goal. If I do that once in
Yeah,
my
man.
life now, after seeing that fish you got,
Yep,
30 kilos,
yep.
that's it. I'm a happy man. And I mean, that's probably on everyone's bucket list.
Yeah, that's still my PB to this date is 31 kilos at the Ranfurly Banks on a live bait. That was caught on Cascade, actually, out of Wakatani. I did that trip when I was 16, 17 with the old boy and my boss at the time. And yeah, that's still my most that's also, even with all the fish that come of that, like in the recent couple of years, that one trip that I think I saved up for like 2 years. I was a first year apprentice as a building, and my boss was like, "We should do a trip. I know your old boy's keen." And then he was talking to my old man at the stage and shit. I was only, what, I think 16, 17 at this rate. And yeah, he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna take $50 out of your pay each week, and we're gonna go on this trip in a year's time, you know?" And I was like, "Oh, yes, geez, you know, that's the go, that's the go." Here we are, and then we went there and we got on the trip actually, and I tell you what, it was hard case because me being the youngest wasn't earning bugger all though back in those days. It was probably more than better, you know, like back to most people, but shit, like they were all putting these bets on 50 and $100 are going in the kitty on who's going to get the biggest fish. And I was thinking, shit, no, I'm the smallest here, the weakest here. No way am I going to get the biggest fish. And they said, oh, if you don't put any money in, you're not going to get any back, you know, if you get the biggest fish. And I was like, ah, yeah, sweet. Last day, eh, and shit, been a blinder of a trip, pockers all around, kingies all around, and oh shit, I think we even caught a blue marlin on that trip actually. And yeah, we went for the one last stop on the bank, coming home, and yeah, next minute Bryn was just absolutely locked up on Sunset Drag on a 30 wide, just trying to hang on, trying to get this bloody thing off the rail. Skipper screaming at me, this, that, the other. And yeah, witched it up, and yeah, it's a pig, man. I'll try and track down a photo so you've got that to sort of drop in the potty if anyone wants to check that out as well, man.
Definitely. I didn't know you caught that.
Nah, nah, nah. Well, it was a few years back now, you know. So shit, that was when I wasn't hard out into fishing. It was just one of those charters that you did and paid for, and you got a memorable fish, and it's in the photo on the wall, you know. And yeah, but nah, shit. That's obviously
Yeah.
what's fueled like probably that fish back then is obviously fueled the Kingfish fire. You know, obviously picking up the top water set in the last 3 or 4 years, and yeah, just gone from there, man.
Well, as a kid, like, what did you think pulling a 30 kegger over the sides? I would have died.
Yeah, I didn't really think of much at the time. Yeah, it was just all go. It was pretty hectic. It was pretty rough seas and stuff too. We were on our way back from a big trip already. And yeah, just screaming, "Get there, run it!" I think the skip actually came out the window of this because he just seen me getting dusted up the front. And he actually got his shoulder. I'm not sure what his name was. I don't know. It might have been a Paul, Skipper Paul from back in the day on Cascade. And
Yep.
yeah, he actually came out and lifted the rod off the rail. He's like, "Right, wind down now and up." And wind down now. It's just the old school, get it off the rail, start getting some winds on it. And then yeah, shit. That's yeah. Yeah, it's probably pretty much a blur these days, yeah. But yeah, I'm actually heading to the same exact place where I caught that fish, man, on Wednesday. Gonna chase bluefin tuna
Oh,
there.
for the bluefin. Oh, I want to
Yeah,
get into
bro.
that. So after we'll
Yeah,
wrap
man.
up on old Churchy's charter shortly, and yeah, we'll dive into
Yeah.
that one because
Yeah, for
yeah, I've got
sure,
that
for
here.
sure.
But I mean, just back to Churchy's charter, I can't
Yeah, bro.
for a plug for Churchy. Like
Yeah, man.
that was insane.
Bro,
He knows
he's a
those
wicked
waters.
skipper, eh? He's a wicked charterman, man. Like, he does his job very, very well. I'll give him that.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Too bloody well, I say.
Too bloody well. Yeah. He
Yeah.
definitely ruined fishing for me when I got home for a while,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
chasing these little
yeah.
things.
Yeah, yeah, what are they, little Sydney kingies?
Yeah, yeah, not even. No, a little brim, flathead, if I'm lucky.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But no, mate, he's like, he
Mm,
told me everything I needed to know before. He was just that don't same as you, mate. Don't bring any gear. I got it all here,
yeah.
everything. And then, out
He's
on the
good, eh?
water, he just knew.
And he knows what he's doing. He's straight to the point, man. That's it, eh?
Well, and he explains it good. He's like, "Don't worry,
Yeah,
I'll be on you if you're doing something wrong." Because I go on these trips, mate, with people like you, And I've told you this before, like I get to speak to people who are, I mean, you call them specialists in their field, which is what you
Yep,
are with your top water.
yep,
Churchy is for sure, and in his charter and everything he does.
100%.
So I get
Yep,
to go and fish with you guys, and I'm there just to learn. Like I don't
live in
compare
the
to the
moment
knowledge
and
you guys
learning,
have.
man,
So
yeah.
yeah, and if someone holds back on that knowledge and they're like, they're not saying, "Oh, here's what I'm looking for on the sound, whatever. Here's the bait.
Yeah,
Here's what we're doing." If they're not going to tell
mm,
you, it kind of sucks a bit. It's
mm,
part of the experience. But Churchy, he was an open book. He just,
mm.
mate, I came away with so much. And then the fish, like, I mean, yeah, I think we caught. It would have been up to 20 kingies. It was every drop.
Yeah, yes, yeah,
Like I was
yeah, yeah, it was,
rooted.
yeah, yeah, 20 plus kingies, man, for sure.
20
That's
kingies, and I think it
crazy.
was two sharks.
Yeah, yeah,
Two
yeah,
sharks,
yeah.
which didn't go as hard as the kingies on that note.
Nah, nah, but as soon as we caught those 2 sharks, we sort of were like, "Nah, bugger this, we're outta here." That was yeah. Oh, well, what we stopped in that, actually Cathedral Cove, eh, and saw the snapper that day, didn't we, as well? So he's quite good in that manner too, shows you a bit around and shows you the countryside a bit and explains a bit more about the culture and the history of the place.
Which is so good. It's so good. Like, even driving out, he's
Yeah.
pointing out different sections and go, "Oh, that's where this happened, and that's whatever,"
Yeah,
and
man.
there was a movie
Yeah.
film there, and
Yeah.
gave me it
Yeah,
all.
that's right, that's
But
right.
mate, I can't recommend Churchy enough for anyone who's going to New Zealand and wants a big kingfish. Churchy, he'll take care of you. Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
actually
for
put his
sure.
links down in all the caption, but, yeah, and I
Yeah.
guess even the other thing from that day was Dissolve, as you mentioned. So they're
Yeah,
actually
man.
they're a solid New Zealand clothing brand who are they're New Zealand based. Yeah, they're just built
Yeah.
around
Yep.
fishing. And I grabbed
Yeah.
some of their gear before I went over to Churchy's charter, and you saw it, you're like, "That is sick." And
That's
now
right,
you're their
bro.
ambassador.
Yeah. Yeah, 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 man.
How good is
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, bro, awesome, eh? Yeah, no, I was, yeah, forever grateful for that opportunity, eh? And, yeah, here we are, shit, a year or a year and a half on and still ripping the shit out of Dissolve.
Well, they make good gear, mate, and they're good people too. So,
Oh, yeah, bro. Yeah. No, they're awesome, eh? They're awesome to deal with.
yeah, but I mean, that trip for me, gold. I came back, I got in the car, I was just shell shocked for
Yeah.
all day, driving back up there, back up to Auckland for 3 hours and then flying home in the
Oh,
morning. It
bro,
was
that was a
just,
hell of a strike mission, eh?
oh,
What
but
what was it
it
in the
did
end?
open my
70 was it
eyes.
72? 72 hours? No,
Uh, I think it was 60 something hours from door to door.
60 Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
it was
think I
door to
feel like it was
door, eh? Yeah.
62. Yeah, so I put a timer on as I left straight to the airport, Newcastle to Brisbane, Brisbane to Auckland, 3 hours round to you, fish, back, and then reverse. And yeah, so it shows it can be done. And the only reason it hadn't happened before was probably because I didn't have the balls to do it, to be honest.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
doing it, and especially with you guys, it could have been a real shit
Yep.
experience, but
Yep.
to do it with you and Churchy was special. So I've done a
Just
couple
light
more
up the
since
mood,
then,
eh,
and
and
it's,
send you off on your way.
yeah, off you go.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
no, mate, that was a special one. That was a special
Yeah,
day.
yeah.
So, I mean, for
And
everyone
what
out
now,
there, that's
buddy?
how.
Come on October.
Yeah, yeah, and I've got that here too. So we'll get to that. But you mentioned
Mm.
that was just a bit of a brief rundown on how me and Bryn met. But you're going away,
Yeah, Wednesday. That's right, bro. Gonna go and chase the new bluefin tuna.
the new bluefin.
Well, new to me because I've never caught one before. But
Oh, dead set. Okay, walk me through it.
yeah,
What's the
man.
plan?
So yeah, the plan is like, well, I actually I've been down there before chasing them, but not even like this. Like I think the new craze this day and age is dropping jigs on top of them and getting smoked on jigging setups down there. So I think that's the plan, man. We head down Wednesday morning. Yeah, do the 6.5 hour trek down from the quarry here. And yeah, we've got an accommodation booked from the 22nd to the 26th, and got a good mate of mine coming over with the boat Swords Aboard from Napier. And yeah, pretty much just get into it for 3-4 days. Also going to be a bucket list trip. Going to take my old man as well with me.
Oh, how
Um,
good.
and yeah, should be a hell of a time, man.
What's the bluefin goal?
Uh, Goal, yeah, goal's just crack a bluefin, man. Yeah, because I've never caught one before, so to get one under the belt would be pretty cool, you know. Get a bit of content of I've got a little bit of new Samaki gear that I'm actually going to try out down there as well. The Samaki Sultan 8000, I'm going to put it to use on a bluefin, so hopefully it can bloody
Jeez,
pack
yeah,
its punch and yeah, gonna give that a go, man, and see what that can take, and probably do some trawling around as well. And if we get a chance, we might even try and crack a drop for a sword. So just yeah, fingers
true.
crossed, see what happens. Yeah, man.
Yeah, yeah. That
Yeah,
you mentioned that before. Actually, the Samaki gear, I believe. Well, from what I know, they're big in Australia. I thought they were big everywhere, but really big in
yeah,
Australia. And I
nah,
love their vibes and everything. But they're coming into New Zealand.
yeah. Well, yeah. They reached out to me. Well, Bonds actually reached out to me and got in touch and said, "Hey, man, we've got this gear that we wanna get out there, and you know, it's good stuff, and which it is. He's not wrong. And yeah, he just hit me up and said, "Would you take a couple of combos off me and see what they go like and chuck them in your vids, you know?" And I thought, "Shit, yeah, why not? What, you know?" So yeah, here we are. I'm going to take it down to the Dirty Whitehouse and give it a crack on some big bluefin, hopefully.
0 to 100, just test it
Yeah,
at the
man.
max.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
no, I can't wait, man. It's going to be such a thrill, eh? And also to do it with one of my good mates and my old man as well is going to be pretty special.
yeah, definitely. No, it can make the trip the people you
Mm.
go with. That's for sure.
Yeah, man.
Um,
Yeah, for sure.
so, so like bluefin, if you haven't caught one before, what sort of gear are you taking to even chase them? Because they're big fish.
Well, I'm actually back on that goal. I haven't seen too many of them caught top water. So I'm gonna try and top water one on a Lumo top water lure at night.
On a what lure was that?
On just a Lumo top water lure, because I see
Yep.
they're getting all these light up jigs, and I feel like I feel like this is me not knowing a bloody thing about them, but I feel like once you jig them up through the water column and through their bait and stuff, they're going to come more to the surface, right, as they get jigged up. This is just my imagination going off videos I've seen. So I just thought, shit, if it comes an opportunity where the boys are jigging on the boat and they see tuna marks 20 meters, 15 meters under the boat, I'm going to start casting, you know, and shit. If it happens, it happens, you know. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I tell you what, it'd be pretty fucking cool if it happens, bro, on camera.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah, man. So it's just something a bit
Yeah,
different,
shit.
eh? And just gonna give it a go. Yeah, just something, yeah, completely new. So I might try and crack one on the jig first, and then yeah, put some time and effort into trying to crack one top water. Be cool to get that done.
What sort of size are they getting down there? I don't know how big those
Oh
ones get.
shit, up to 130 odd kilo, man. I know that for a fact.
So that's a big fish.
Yeah. Yeah. The mate I'm going with actually got 142 kilo bluefin last year at the same time. This time last year, and yeah, he got that on a sword bait, man, quite deep, which was crazy.
Jesus. And you're going to try get it on 8K top water.
Yeah, man. Yep. So yeah, so the gear I'm going to take is an 8,000 Sultan, and I've got 40 to 60 pound braid on that. I'm hoping that's going to be enough. I think it will be plenty. And yeah, going to run 200 pound odd leader for it. And yeah, the new Samaki ribcage jigs. I think we're going to run 180 gram and 250 grams. So see how that goes.
Well, you see them all do it over there, over in Spain and France, and I know we've spoken about that a bit. They're smashing them on top water, and
Yeah, man.
they're monsters. Then we got
Yeah.
our other mate in Tassie. He's looking to do a Tassie top water bluefin, which is going to be sick. Old Sammy Tilliard, the real Blackbeard, his name is on
Yeah.
Instagram. He wants to, start smashing them on top water. So, I mean, I don't know how recent they've been doing that in Tassie. So that's pretty new. But I mean,
Yeah,
watching all
that's
those
sick
guys
though.
taking a bit of, oh, mate, if you can get one on top water,
Oh,
fuck.
bro. Unreal, eh? Yeah,
If you can get
unreal.
one at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
You mentioned the sword before as well. That's
Yeah,
one of my
man.
bucket list fish too. Uh, you've got one. Have you got
Bro.
one?
Yeah, got one in the pocket, man. I cracked that for a, birthday trip, last year, with a mate, smuggler, Blake. Yeah, him, and Mace went out and yeah, just I think he had dropped a couple times before for swords, but never done that great, and then for us to go out there and crack 2
Yep.
in a day, Mace on the first one and myself on the second was just unreal, eh? That was awesome too.
Yep.
But
And
yeah,
what kind
it's
of
now
size were
it's
they, and how'd you get them?
Oh, they weren't the biggest, biggest of models. Well, the first one was about 60 to 70 odd kilo, and then the one that we kept was sort of 80 to 90, Um, and yeah,
Yep.
just bro, I tell you what, man, like it make the way they taste makes you want to keep every single one of them, eh? But that's not right. So, but
Yeah.
man, they taste unbelievable, eh? None of that fish went to waste, so that was the main thing, eh? Um, but yeah, so the goal is now just try and get a bigger one, eh?
But those swords, man, I've had one sword fillet before, and now I want the whole fish.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just a cool looking fish too.
It's hard because
But
they're quite hard to get.
and how'd you get that one? Because they're down deep, aren't they, in general?
Yeah, yeah, it's quite hard case. You almost stray line straight line for them like snapper, but real deep from what I imagine. You sort of
Right.
have an old weight that you sort of weigh it down, probably a bit of concrete with a bit of rebar sticking out. Or a bit of wire sticking out that you can bend over. And then, yeah, you just string up your bait and chuck it on your hook, and, yeah, you can't give too much secrets away, but, yeah, send them down and, yeah, get it in the right place, and then, yeah, we just managed to get lucky a couple of times, which was quite good, yeah.
Yeah, which is pretty sick. Like, I do want to get into a couple of your little sneaky things. So, I mean, just moving from the sword, you are a bit of a, I guess you're a specialist on, I guess, soft bait, top water stuff, kingfish, snapper, that sort of thing.
Yeah,
I,
man.
I think you're key, and you're bloody good at it. And I can't wait. We got something later in the year we'll talk about after, but I can't wait to come and learn. But man, I
Yeah,
think,
bro.
like, from what you were telling me, you went so long without actually getting anything, and then you seem to crack the code. But can you walk me through how you started, how it developed, and then I guess, what it was that made you go from 0 to just knowing what to do?
Oh, bro. Fucking I put it down to time on the water and also a lot of shit from mates with all the gear and no idea. Fuck, did I cop some shit. But no, just put the time in, man, and, what it was for me is knowing what could be caught out there, going back to the whole Ramfurly Banks trip over on the East Coast, catching that 30 kilo kingy. So knowing that they are physically out there because I've caught them on a different sort of setup before, and then just watching, the likes of J. Wolds and people like Cavi and Briggsy and stuff, and the Molossi boys over in Aussie just cranking on YouTube, and it's like, man, I want to do that. That looks sick. And I've never had the big boat for game fishing and going out this and that. I've always just had a little dinghy. So I was a little bit restricted to just, more inshore, the snapper and kingy side of things. So I just sort of punched away on that, and it got to a point where I bought all the gear. I had no idea, and I fully committed. I started buying expensive OTL lures and, expensive rods and reels, thinking that was gonna, get me my bloody massive fish and this and that, and fuck, it would have been 3 years, man, I went without like, I'd had a couple of follows, but it was 3 years without any top water king, and I got shit so much, like, "Oh, yeah, you caught one yet, Brindle? Righty right, nah, nah, nah. Oh, better luck next time." Just like and it carried on, and man, the switch flicked, like, I went out there's a local bait school that was just popping off, and I'd always been casting around, like, casting towards rocks and this and that where I thought they'd been hanging out, but then this one time I casted boof, massive surface heat. I was hooked up 20 kilo odd kingy, and that was the only goal I wanted. I wanted 20 kilo topwater, and I was like, holy shit, it's happened, Cracked it. My first ever topwater fish as a dog. And and ever since that, man, ever since I caught my first one topwater, I wrote it down in my Navionics, bro. I've got all my marks, and I've got, what date, what moon phase it was, the tide, the time, and every like it all just notched down. And then now, over the last, I guess, oh shit, in that year, man, I would have caught probably 10 topwater kingies that year, just going ballistic. There was a day where we had caught 6 in one day, man, and with the boys on the boat and stuff. And so ever since that, there's sort of formed a little bit of a pattern on certain spots, which I now know how that sort of involves, the way that kingies sort of feed and when they eat. But I just need to work out the times of years, like at what time of year they're doing the same thing as when I've been, like, because it changes each year, like I went out a couple of weeks ago at the same time at this as last year when I caught a big one throughout the season, and yeah, caught another big boy on that Molossi lure just recently, man. And that was
Yeah.
sort of 20 to 25 kilo kingy, and that's my biggest to date on topwater, man. And yeah, I'm forever learning, man. My goal is 30 kilo topwater, just like I have done on live bait, and then yeah, shit, uh, I'd probably, hang that one up almost. I'd almost get one taxidermied if I could crack the 30 topwater, which would be quite cool. That's sort of where that's where it all sort of drummed up from, really, is just that fire from not really getting anything for 3 odd years, and then boom, that, and then it's just like, "Holy shit, this is what I chase, this is what I love, this is the shit I fucking froth?" And yeah, bro, now it's your turn.
It's a full addiction, mate, and I watch
Yeah,
guys
man.
like you, and mate, I'm in awe of what you can do. And I guess, like, even the kingies. So I guess taking it back a little bit, do you know that change where you went from catching nothing for years and then you started catching things? Was there anything you were doing different? Like, what kind of casts, what's your retrieve?
I
What
I've
you
I've learnt now more or less where they like to hang out. So I can essentially just when w it's still hard, man. Like, I'm still learning, eh? It's only been, shit, 2 years since well, yeah, almost 2 years now since I started actually catching them, Um, so I'm still forever learning, but I find that when a bait school's getting a little bit of hassle, there's some kingies hanging around, and the more lures that you can dump in that bait school while you can see it on the surface, sometimes it takes 1 try, sometimes it takes 5 tries. And pretty much if you can just land it while it's there, they're gonna smash it, you know? Um, and other times, you get a bit of a skitterish bait ball that's quite spread out and stuff, and you can cast for shit 50 times, and then you get your follow, and then you cast another time, whack, you get you go. But if they're a reasonable big kingy, you've pretty much got one crack, bro, and they're like, "No, no, there's something different about that," and they all bugger off, which I've had twice now at a local set of islands out here, and that's what I sort of like, "Ooh, I'll leave that area for a little bit, and I'll go the other way, from the boat ramp sort of thing, and just not try and." Yeah, it's hard to explain. I just try not to scare the area too much, and also, like, when I start finding out that, people are starting to, or if I see a shark there or see a mark, I'm not even touching the area for 2 months or so, bugger off and go and find them somewhere else. And it's sort of, it's sort of just, I'm still just learning, man, eh? Time on the water is just, you're gonna work them out one day. I think last year was a bit of a luck struck, eh, after I cracked my first one, and then got the boys all one, and nearly got the old boy one, and got myself a couple more, and it's, shit. Nuts, man, nuts.
what you said there, like, if I knew a good kingy spot and I went there one day, seen a couple of sharks, bailed, I'd be there the next day. So knowing you wait like up to months in between, man, that's like you
Yeah, man.
must. I mean, from what you're saying, it's all coming down to the spot, really, not so much your
Bro,
technique.
same with snapper, man. Same with snapper. If I catch one good fish there or a couple of good fish there, because I'm a big man for releasing, I like to release the bigger boys. Um, One, I'm not a fan of them when I have to fillet them because 'cause they're just fucking big to fillet and a shit of an idea to deal with. They don't fit in the fridge that well, like, I'd rather just watch them swim away, keep the little tasty buggers for a feed. But yeah, same as that, if I catch a couple of decent ones, I'll just sort of leave that area alone for a little bit and go and target a different area and just sort of just let it cool down, let the bigger boys get back to normal, and yeah, just don't put too much pressure on the same situation because I can only see the same soft bait. I can only a couple more times before they know. So
When their mates disappear.
yeah. It's sort of like managing it in a way. Well, I just manage the way I fish and how I fish in a way. Just instead of just dumping bloody two burleys into the same bloody rock and current and just ripping every single thing out of that spot that you can. I
Yeah.
stalk them like deer in a way, like because I'm a deer stalker as well. I like to sort of just keep moving, and I was never that sort of fisherman until my mate Joel had actually put me onto it, and he was like, "Bro, you got to give this soft baiting a go." And I was like, "Oh yeah, shit, nah, I'm fucking baiting burley through it through, man." He's like, "No, no, 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 like no plastic, no nothing, no dirty, tidy, like it's all clean, man. You just like got your little packet of soft bait that you throw in your jig head and biff it out." And he's like, "Man, I'll show you sort of where they like to hang out and this and that, And ever since I went with him, man, and I was shit as at it for like a good, like probably year or two. Hopeless, man. And then I started getting a little bit more gear and starting to work out and yeah, obviously got my new little boat. And ever since I got that new little boat with a steering wheel, shit's changed for me. I can get in the shallows a little bit more. I don't have to worry about running back to the tiller stair if there's a rock next to me, And so yeah, that's where the lure fishing on the side is like for snappers really come into play, in the last sort of 3, 4 years, man. And yeah, just got gradually better and better.
And are you using the same technique for the snapper as you are at Kingies, or what's the go there? How are you setting up for them?
Nah, so I'm just running just a 20-pound softy setup. I've got the new Samaki axis and pinpoint um, that I've been running lately, and that's quite a nice little combo to be honest. Um, but yeah, prior to that, I'd run a Certate for a year, and yeah, various rods all the way through. But yeah, sticking with that 20-pound main line, and then yeah, 30-pound leader and around the structure, sort of. Well, jumping between that sort of 20, 25, and 30, pound leader. If it's a slow day, drop down to 20 pound. If it's sort of a rough day and you're in Tiger Town, then chuck on the 30 pound. You never know when you're going to rub up next to a bommy. So yeah, I sort of just run that, and then I'm using like a just a quarter ounce jig head, man, with just a big soft bait normally. Been running the new Samaki live shrimps a little bit lately, but the fishing's actually been pretty slow around here lately, so I haven't had a good crack on them. But yeah, just the big dirty soft baits in the wash have worked for me for the previous years. Yeah.
And like, I guess the last question on that, when you're going out there, you've got your spots now, but are you ever chasing like just schools, or are you looking for something? Or when you're looking for a new spot without giving away your secrets of where, what are you actually looking for to find kingies and snapper? And like back to the retrievals and everything, what are you doing? Are you just slow rolling it, or how you bringing those in for the soft baits?
So pretty much, man, I'm looking at a spot and I'm looking for a spot to see where sand meets the weed line. Um, and where I see a weed line that's close to a point, that's where you've got your major currents. That's where you're building, and I guess that's where your kingies like to hang, but also your snapper got plenty of cover in amongst that weed line, and they're targeting like little bits and pieces on the sand. They're coming out of the kelp there and ambushing fish, and prey and all sorts. I'm finding them. They like to sort of go out towards the sand a little bit more onto sort of that 15 to 20 meters as that tide goes out. and then as that tide starts to come in, they start to come in from the weed lines, if you know. So, like, your weed line is your halfway point, and that halfway point, I reckon, is that good soft bait ground, which is 10 meters, and it's 10 meters more you go with the tide, and 10 meters less you go with the tide. I guess I look at it. So if you can crack, like, your half tide early morning, it's still dark, they're going to be 10 meters. If it's outgoing half tide, then you work from 10 meters out to that 20 meters, sort of working on sandbanks and sort of finding structure and just, your little squiggles on your sounder and bits and pieces like that. As that tide starts to shift, you start to pick that weed line, work that weed line that 10 meters until you start to get some fish, and then just sort of gradually work in. As say it's like getting darker or something, you try and work it so those tides are on either an early morning or an evening, if you get what I mean. So it's sort of, yeah, it's sort of hard, man. You just follow your nose and just keep testing new shallow ground, sort of keeping to that halfway line. And if you don't actually get anything 10 meters and in, to sort of drop back to that sort of 15-meter mark, and then bang, you might be on, and oh yeah, they're here. They're sort of on this depth, on the certain tides. Um, and over the years, me and the missus actually go on about, sort of like, oh no, it's a full moon. They've been feeding all through the night. So, like, I tend to sort of find that the snappers seem to, like, they get on the feeding buzz as that moon's real bright at night on a full moon, and so during the day when we're actually trying to fish for them, they're fucking not hungry. So, like, it makes sort of, it makes a bit of sense, and then I'm finding on new moons when it's real dark, they're not feeding at all through the night. So, you've got that real aggressive bite early morning and evening because they're trying to get their last feed in before everything bloody goes into hiding when it's real dark. It's a shit of a time to obviously hunt them. I don't know if that theory's right, but it's worked for me. So who knows? But yeah, so that's sort of how I play with snapper, man. It's just working ground, bro. Just learning areas and casting big softies, bro, and just you just find out where the big dogs hang out, man. It's just I don't go to the same spot ever. I never go to the same spot, bro. Never. I'm always going somewhere different, finding new ground, finding where fish hang. And shit, I'm never going to show anybody my spots, but you'll see on my maps, where there's a pattern. There's a pattern on where fish like to hang out in certain areas, and yeah, it's just growing on me, man, to the point where I can go out and happily catch a feed for my family.
Yeah, well, that's what it's about, man. Like as you said there, you sort of, what'd you say? You said you don't know if it makes sense, but I think that's the thing with fishing. Like everyone's got opinions,
That's it,
everyone's got
bro.
thoughts. Some people have strong opinions or whatever, but if it's working for you, that's what it is. And I mean, you're
Yeah, man.
very good at what you do. I've seen it. And your area, Whitianga, Coromandel Peninsula, man, you got, oh, dude, well, yeah, but that area is just,
Yeah,
if I had
dynamite,
that in my
man.
backyard, I'm just,
Oh, bro, yeah, I'm forever grateful for my playground day.
yeah, it's a hell of a place. I can't wait to spend a lot more time there. But I mean, I wanted to ask you a little bit on that because I'm going to
Mm,
obviously smash your brain later in the year because you and me, we're teaming up, mate, aren't we? We've got a little
bro.
trip coming in. Is it October? September?
Yeah,
October?
man.
Yeah,
Yep,
me and
yep.
Bryn. So you're going to see a lot more from Bryn. You're going to learn a lot more from him because we're taking on the Lure
Yeah,
Masters. Brindle, sorry,
bro.
everybody. We had a tech issue. Bryn's Kiwi internet dropped out on us and we
Just blame it
mid
on the
com
Kiwis, eh?
yeah, blame it on the Kiwis, mate. It's always their fault. But yeah, mate, we're just about to wrap up on the old Lure Masters. So cutting back
Yeah,
into it now.
yeah,
And
man.
Bryn's taken me over to, I don't even know where we're going. To be honest, I don't know what we're doing. I've never fished there and neither have you. So walk
Nah,
me through as much of the plan as you can tell me without, obviously giving away our top secret
too much of
winning
our game
things.
plan. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, so, Lure Masters has always been a pretty cool fishing trip ever since I started actually doing it. And, yeah, just yeah. I've always wanted to fish Northland, man, for snapper and kingies. So that's where we're going. We're going up north, the far, far north. And yeah, just gonna give it a crack up there, eh? All everything aside, it'll just be a cool experience for myself and you to yeah, go and fish it together really. Something new for both of us, so we'll just give it our best shot and yeah, see if we can come away with anything decent. But game plans, yeah, same as what we do here around this coast is just relax and take it all in and see what looks fishy and hopefully put soft baits in the right places. Well, and topwater lures for a big 30 kilo kingy for you, Dan.
I'll take a 30 kilo kingy, mate, I tell you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
shit, yeah.
because it's, yeah, like I said, they got massive prizes too. That's the biggest comp in New Zealand, isn't it?
I think it's I think it's probably more one of the biggest measure and release sort of comps in New Zealand. Like it's yeah, it's quite cool being online. You see, so you can sort of just measure your fish and get the chance to release it and all your numbers and and all your lengths and stuff get all logged in via the app that you use, and then yeah, it just gets all uploaded and it's quite competitive because you're on there watching the app going, "Oh, yeah, so and so's got a bloody good fish today, you know, this afternoon. Oh, that's us in the morning, man. We're gonna try and crack that much of a bigger kahawai or that much bigger snapper, you know." And but yeah, there's some pretty it's pretty prestigious, man. There's some solid fish that get pulled up in a day. It's yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm pumped, mate. I've never done anything like it. Keen has. I think I fly to Auckland 2 days before. You're picking me up, and we're driving whatever 4 or 5 hours up and
That's the one, man.
fishing
Yeah,
those
yeah, just
virgin
straight up
waters. That
north from Auckland, really.
Yep,
Then yeah, what 3 days, eh? We got
yeah,
the
we got one
accommodation.
prep day, I guess you call it. I don't know what you
Yep,
call it. Go out,
yep.
check out the waters, see what's out there, and then 2 days on the comp, and then home.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Yep,
straight home. Yeah,
yep. So I'll
yeah.
do my best to record as much of your little secret tips and tricks you're not willing to tell us.
Yeah, nah, we'll be alright. We'll show everybody what
Yep,
it's all about, eh, when we're into it.
yeah.
We're gonna be throwing around some new bits and pieces, so something that's quite a lot newer, different to the way I fish, you know, with this, sort of Samaki gear. But, nah, willing to, yeah, get up there and give it a crack and be into them.
And tell me, how can you catch any fish? Is it just the size of the fish, or has each fish got, I don't know,
Yeah, no,
like
so yeah, any fish, man, and you're on the board, like, sort of thing. So, yeah, but, like, you know, like, I think fish that have won it over the years are sort of like that, like, sort of 86 to sort of like around that sort of 80 to 88 sort of centimeter fish, you know, that's a donkey.
yep.
Sort of probably the top 10 will be over 80 centimeters. I'd almost put money on that.
What are you talking, snapper?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was like, geez, that's a surely your one's a lot bigger than that.
Yeah, bro. Nah, 80 centimeter snapper, bro. Which is, yeah, probably, yeah, like
That's a
the
joke.
20 to 25 pound all day, man. Yeah. Yeah,
Yep.
good fish.
But you can catch any fish, can't you, on
Yeah,
lures?
I think there's a combined of I think there's all sorts. There's trevally, kahawai, kingfish, snapper. Yeah, pretty sure the other only 4 categories. I could be
Right.
wrong on that. I need to have a look at that to check. But yeah, yeah, the main goal is to, yeah, crack a big bloody kingy top water and a big snapper soft bait or on the jig, I guess. Yeah.
Mate, that's the goal, and,
Yeah.
I mean, like, fuck, I think first prize is a boat, isn't it?
I think no, I think that's just the like I think that's just the biggest spot prize, man. I think
Oh,
it's like I think Fruza's the sponsor and
yep.
they just build the boat and anyone that actually buys a ticket I think goes in the draw, man, to win the boat. So yeah, I think it can be completely anybody, eh? But the prizes are pretty cool. Yeah, yeah, pretty good prizes.
Yeah, we got a couple of little secret weapons up our sleeves, so
Yeah, yeah,
we'll
yeah.
see how we go.
Yeah, see how it goes, yeah.
Yep, and that's,
Hard out, yeah, it's something different.
yep, I think that's October 2 and 3 from memory, so we'll
Yeah,
have to jump back on here again after that and walk through
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
walk through our
have another look. Yeah, yeah, have another chat, I guess, because wow, the bluefin trip would have happened by then, and
yep.
also, yeah, our October trip.
Just talking about lure masters again, like we are, you'd call us underdogs for,
Yeah, oh,
yeah,
100%,
with
man.
little
Shit.
boat, we're running out there taking
Yeah,
on. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
from what
Like I
you've
was saying
said,
earlier, I'm still learning, man.
oh, not even that, man. Like just the caliber of people going out there, their gear they've got, the boats they've
That's
got
right,
is
yeah.
big money. Just
That's right, yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
and
no,
me out there.
everyone's going for that big dog, eh, and
Yep,
trying to get the biggest length and yeah, no, that's what it's all about. And also
yep.
try and like, making a trip of it, in past years, it hasn't really turned out and gone to plan, so, you know, to go with somebody that's just equally as committed as I am on doing such a big mission for such a cool tournament is gonna be pretty exciting, you know?
Yeah, I'm pumped, mate. It's given me something to really look forward to. And hey, kudos to the missus for giving you the extra shove out the door.
Yeah, she was
It's
like, "No, no,
tough.
I'm gonna buy you a bloody ticket right now."
Oh, mate, well, it's tough. You got family and everything. You got a life there. And it is only what 4 or 5 days or something. But I get it.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
big thing. And when you're with the right woman, she'll shove you out the door and say, no, no,
Yeah, that's
you got
right.
to live
Nah,
a bit
she
too.
she
So,
was happy as for me to bloody go for the stunt, and
yep.
obviously, yeah, also doing 3 or 4 days down at Waiho Bay chasing bluefin, she's a queen.
Yeah, no, it's good. And those bacon egg pies, bring
Yeah,
them then.
yeah, she reckons she's gonna make us a couple for that bloody lure masters, eh?
2 or 3, yeah, 2 or 3. But no, mate, look, I
She
won't keep you for any longer, but I just appreciate your time, mate. I've always wanted to jump on here and chat to you anyway, but I mean, I've tried to keep my mouth shut. It's one
Yeah.
thing because I've done a lot of this with you. I've spoken a lot of it with you.
Oh, yeah.
So to try and sit there and listen, that's been good. And yeah, apologies everyone for the few tech issues on Bryn's end. That was, yeah,
Yeah.
Wi-Fi is terrible.
You blame me for that one. I'll take
No,
one
no,
for
we're
the
just
team.
getting used to the platform. We'll be all right, mate.
Yeah,
But no,
yeah.
I'm pumped, mate. So looking
Good
forward
as.
to it, and I just appreciate your time.
Yeah, man. No, no. Yeah, likewise. Also, yeah, it's been a pleasure jumping on here and for your first podcast back, man, and to do it with yeah, someone that we got bloody missions planned and shit going on and things are happening. It's an absolute privilege. So cheers, bro, for your time.
Definitely, mate. First one back, and we got plenty more to come now. So
Yeah. Yeah,
get in
ripper.
there. Check
Ripper.
all the links. I'll throw Churchy, Bryn, joint ventures, all of it
Yeah.
in the links, and we're going to go have some fun with it.
Yeah. Beauty.